Hi, my name is Melanie Boylan and I'm here today at Social Media Summit Island at the Croke Park, and I'm delighted to have none other than Mary Smith. Thank you so much. We're delighted to have you here, and you were doing the keynote yesterday.
Yes.
Could you tell us what did you actually discuss yesterday? What was your topic?
Sure, it was really what I call winning Facebook strategies, what's working now to get ahead using Facebook and using methodologies that are both paid and organic to create better ROI and better results, gather more leads, more conversions, more paying customers. So really, and video is leading the way with that. So I love that you guys are doing this video.
And it makes sense.
Yes, yes.
And I remember you saying you actually started in 2007 on Star Wars Day.
I did, yeah.
Which really rings quite true to me. I'm a big fan of Star Wars.
Okay.
So hence why I remembered it.
Yeah.
It's a huge transformation in 10 years for
Yes.
Facebook, isn't it?
Yeah.
From where it was to where it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see much more advancement?
I absolutely can. I'm glad you asked that, because both Facebook and Instagram, which most people know Instagram is owned by Facebook,
Yeah.
and I've heard both companies say that they are only 1% done. And that takes a lot of like standing back and going, wait, what? The enormous growth and penetration in all different kinds of markets around the world. If you can even conceive, there's 99% more to go. And what Facebook and Instagram mean by that is obviously Mark Zuckerberg's mission to connect the whole world. And I actually just came back from a meeting at Facebook headquarters here in Dublin, and really wonderful to sit down and talk with the SMB team and how they're really working with small businesses to help them to embrace more of obviously the ad products. What really excites me over in the States is they have this, they call it Building 8, Secret Building 8. Nobody's supposed to know what they're doing there, but there's all kinds of talk about how they're creating hardware, things that fly, mind reading software and technology. It's the advancements are just extraordinary, and Mark Zuckerberg and his whole team and his wife Priscilla, they're just very on the cutting edge of so much more than like just the social networking aspect.
Yeah.
And so I think when we really embrace all of that and realize, obviously Facebook's here for the long haul.
So Mark Zuckerberg is really going to stick with his connecting people mission.
Yes.
So I'm absolutely floored. It's only 1%. I'm absolutely floored by that.
That's extraordinary.
One of the questions that do crop up fairly frequently for yourself and marketers in general would be the value of Facebook ads and boosting posts.
Right.
The majority of our readers and followers would be startups and small businesses and SMEs in general. So, like most startups, we just don't have that sort of budget. Is it realistic to have small budgets for boosting posts and ads?
It really is. Actually, a small budget can go a long way. The number one piece of advice I'd give with that, though, is not just like say, hey, here's £20, €20, $20, 30, 40, 50. Hit that boost button and then hope that that's okay. The cash register is going to ring. What you need to rather do is really have thinking it through with a bigger strategy, and making a video, then putting a link into that video, having people come over to your website or a specific landing page and opt in, free offer, thinking about nurturing the relationship with a prospect and not expecting to go from a cold traffic, like completely unknown, advertise to them with a boosted post and expect they're going to get a credit card out. That can happen, but it's fairly rare. And so, a small budget can go a long way. I recently wrote a great article for Social Media Examiner. I call it my Mari method. and it's basically about taking a small budget and then just giving Facebook in little batches, not giving it all at once. You've got like $100 or whatever it might be, break it into 2 or 3 segments and like pause, let the ad run, and then give it another 24, 48 hours. Your organic reach will climb a little bit more, and actually really on back of that, what I want to say is my number one content creation tip is to create content that's highly shareable. And I think a lot of businesses fall down with that because they think they're talking too much about their own product or service or business or brand and not enough about spotlighting customers or use cases or success stories or testimonials or taking your live Facebook Live and like being in the trenches or behind the scenes or product demos, fun stuff like that really humanize the business. And then people, oh look, they're thumbing through and they go, oh that's cool, I want to share that.
Right. So call to action, strategy, obviously a beautiful graphic.
Visual, so
very
important.
visual. And you were talking about canvas ads and the relevance of those, even for very small businesses.
Yes.
So that would be something you'd impress upon as well, I assume.
Well, canvas is a little bit of a bigger hurdle for most small businesses, but certainly something to look at. And all it is as Mark Zuckerberg likes to call it, immersive. So the full screen, the ad goes full screen on the phone, and then you can embed square videos, which are really popular right now. Swiping left and right, tipping the phone to see an image, and now it's like this visceral experience. You feel like you're in the ad.
That's quite visceral.
Yeah. And so like Brussels Airline, I know I had an example with them in my keynote yesterday, and they noticed a 27% increase of time on site after people had engaged with this canvas ad. So it's definitely right at the moment cutting edge, and it's really new to most businesses. But I know that Facebook's working with like third-party developers and agencies to make it just much easier, almost like plug and play. You give them your creative, and they produce the canvas ad, which is wonderful.
I think that would be quite easier for the smaller business that still has trouble managing their time and trying to do all of it and wearing all the different hats.
Sure.
Now you mentioned square
It's had to be square. Square videos,
I've seen it in Ads Manager as an option, and didn't really get it when I saw it. So what change will this make to people's marketing?
Well, so Instagram's really the home of square videos, even though they changed it up like last year to do landscape or portrait. I think most people still do square, and they're finding that actually it gets more engagement, it gets more views, more reach. And what's a really interesting strategy is to take a landscape video and then make it square, and you've got the bar at the top or the bottom that has text. Sometimes the text is the same while the video plays, but sometimes it can actually be the captions and the words, because some 80% of video ads are watched with sound off.
Yeah.
And so if you can draw somebody in and engage them with the moving video and large enough text that can be read, but not too large. Facebook still doesn't want you to have too much text in there. But yeah, the format of the square, it's really proven to actually have more engagement and reach and conversions.
Yeah, no, that I was really quite listening to that section, because I have seen that when I was doing the Ads Manager. One of the biggest impactful things that you put into, well, there was two actually, but I won't touch on the other one because it was hilarious, was the positive emotion experience and the video you were doing there. The second one was the lady, the mum.
Chatbooks.
That was so funny.
Ad.
And we will find that link and we'll share that. It was absolute class. But the positive emotional experience, and how would you explain that? How would you help people emote that particular experience?
Yeah, well, it's really empathizing with your audience, really understanding them on a level, a deep level. There's a wonderful word, G-R-O-K, one of my favorite words, grok. And grok means to to get someone at a deep and empathetic level, so that you're really, really intuitively understanding them. It's almost like anticipating what your audience's needs might be, feeling into them, using their first name, responding promptly, answering their questions, going the extra mile, surprise and delight, which is one of my favorite sayings in customer care. People are just like wooed and wowed and just like end up having such a terrific experience when they interact with your brand, whether they're a customer or not. And they start evangelizing you, and now that's basically free word of mouth marketing.
Yeah. Okay, so that would definitely be the way forward. And finally, thank you for taking up so much time with us. What would you say would be, for our audience, which are startups and SMEs, the top few tips? They've got so many things to do. What would be your top tips to get them started and progress?
Big focus on visual content. Actually, if I just give a simple 3-part model, and it starts with content, followed by engagement, and then the third is conversion. So content, visual, either images or video. They can be short and sweet, they can be shot on phones, but like we mentioned earlier, the storytelling, the human element, and then put that content out there on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and possibly YouTube, Twitter, and then make sure that you're inviting people to engage and that you're responding, you're proactively responding and building community, letting your audience know that you're there. But really the third part, the conversion element, is where I see most businesses trip up a little bit because they think if they just put content out there and engage,
Build
then
it, they'll come.
magically, yeah. So it's like, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Be strategic. Get your budget sorted and get in front of the right audience with the calls to action buttons and really to learn. I mean, there's so much information out there. Facebook actually has free video training called Blueprint. People can check that out. They're welcome to follow me. I've got lots of great free stuff on my Facebook page, and just really get out there and let the world know about you and your business. And
Be brave.
be brave.
Take
there you
the
go.
step.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for travelling all the way over.
My pleasure.
From Scotland.
Yeah. Before that, San
But
Diego.
before that, San Diego.
I'm heading back tomorrow. Yeah.
And you know, it's been such a wonderful experience to have you here as keynote. You've been a
Thank you.
massive draw for the event.
Oh, thank you.
And as a representative of Irish Tech News, thank you very much for speaking to us today.
My pleasure.